What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and today we need to talk about Progeny Inc., ticker symbol PROG, because this stock is blowing up. We're up over 20% today. The chart looks absolutely amazing, if you ask me. Let's take a look right here. You can see that we are up massively just in early morning trading, right? We've hit highs of $1.70, which we've actually just bounced off of, right? We're currently struggling to get through the 60-cent range. Now, this stock is one that has been on a run for quite a bit, right? We were at lows of about 75 cents just about a month ago. And we have hit highs of 245 in after hours, so not many people were probably able to actually execute any trades around here. You're right, if you're a normal trader, this was around 5 in the morning or 4 in the morning, so a lot of people probably weren't able to actually execute their trades when this thing was trading for 245, but the following day it was trading for above $2 for a significant period of time at least, and this stock is continuing its rally today. It looks like we are moving up in a massive way, and a lot of traders are hoping that we will continue pumping up. Now, there are a lot of catalysts actually for this stock that this stock has going for it, and some big reasons why we could see this thing pumping up quite a bit. Now, what I think about this stock is that while we are already moving up on Google Trends, you can see that our Google Trends data, basically, when people search for Prog stock, is increasing. We still haven't really penetrated a lot of the communities where stocks typically tend to get a lot of momentum from. And by that, I mean there are a couple of places. One is Reddit and Wall Street Bets, right? We are currently trading number 8 on Reddit and Wall Street Bets. The number 8 talked about stock, Progeny Inc., PROG. And you can see that our mention volume is up 127%, but we're still only number 8. And that really could increase, right? We're actually down 2 spots on the day. I think that we have a lot of room to grow on Reddit and Wall Street Bets because this is still a very small market cap stock, about $200 million. So I really think that a lot of traders on Reddit and Wall Street Bets could be piling into this if they see that we're moving up in a continual way over the next couple of days. I think that a lot of people may end up wanting to get involved in this stock. It's only trending number 8 on Reddit and Wall Street Bets, so there really is some additional momentum that could come from this side of the internet. Now, on Stocktwits, we aren't even one of the top 10 stocks, right? Alibaba is listed above us. Dogecoin is listed above us. So I think that Prog could definitely penetrate these charts. I believe it's been up here before on the top 10 most active stocks on Stocktwits. Currently, $200 million market cap. There is a lot of room to run on this, especially if we start seeing massive volume. Now, we already have seen relatively massive volume, right? If you look at the volume charts, you can see that this volume that we're experiencing today is much greater than what we were experiencing last Friday, at least in early morning hours, right? We're going to have to see if that continues throughout the day. But this is very bullish for the stock. I'm liking that we're actually bouncing off of this $1.30 level, which we have formed as a support, right? We've bounced off of it a couple of times, and this last bounce on Friday is what ended up leading us into this massive rally. Now, there are a couple of catalysts that we need to talk about for why this stock could continue moving up massively in the future. The first and the most obvious is the short interest, right? We have a 53% short interest as a percentage of the free float. That is absolutely massive. So this stock really could experience a fairly large short squeeze. But what's important to take note of is the market cap on this stock, right? $200 million, just about, right? $194 million. So not the largest market cap. And that means that this short interest as a percentage of the free float, 53%, is only about $100 million worth of shorted shares, right? So institutions have about $100 million worth of shorted shares on Prog stock. Now, that isn't the largest amount of money for institutions, especially considering the fact that it's likely spread out across a couple of different institutions. So what that means is that institutions, when they actually have to cover on a short squeeze, it's typically because they're getting margin called. And that requires that they have a massive balance on that short position. So this 53% number multiplied by the $200 million market cap means that since there are only $100 million worth of shares being shorted, and that's likely spread across a bunch of institutions, maybe 5 or so, that's about $20 million each, we could safely say, right? If only 5 institutions are shorting this whole thing, which is probably a pretty conservative guesstimate, right? Then that would mean that each of them has about a $20 million stake in this company. Now, we would actually have to see this share price rise quite a bit to make that stake something that's relevant to those institutions' overall positions and actually cause some kind of short squeeze. Now, obviously, some shorts will be covering before they get margin called, right? Not all shorts want to get shorted into oblivion. So if we do see this thing double, then we could absolutely, see a lot of shorts start covering their positions. We could see this yellow line on the chart end up getting pushed way down. As you see, this yellow line right here is the short interest as a percentage of the free float. So it has increased dramatically ever since this stock started pumping up. A ton of institutions have piled into this thing with short positions, succeeding rather in pushing the price down. You can see that we have had massive downwards pressure. A lot of that was caused by a direct stock offering from the actual company, right, from Progeny. So that's just one catalyst that I see, right? The short squeeze is one catalyst, but we will need to see a lot of upwards momentum to actually get shorts to begin covering on this stock. Now, what we could see, and what I think is more likely that we will see in the near future, is the possibility of a gamma squeeze. You can see that just today, we've actually hit these $1.50 strike price call options, right? We have about 26,000 open interest call options that were just entered into the money today, right? As long as we're above $1.50, which is around here, then we are in the money on those call options. And I think that we have the potential to continue running up. I think that we could break $2 potentially today. Right now, we're experiencing some downwards pressure. We've bounced off $1.70. We're going to have to see what happens. Hopefully, we won't drop too much further. But if we continue to run up, which we really could do, we could definitely break through $2 over the next couple of days at least, right? Anytime before the 15th of this month, which I believe is this Friday, would be ideal because that would activate 32,000 additional open interest call options, right? There are a ton of open interest call options on this stock. Even at $5, there are a ton. And that's going to mean that, if we start activating these call options and getting them in the money, then institutions which have sold these call options, likely naked call options, they're going to have to cover those positions by buying up additional shares, which will succeed in raising the price even more. So we really do have an opportunity here. If the momentum continues on this stock to really push it up sky high, right? If we can continue pushing this thing up with the call option momentum, with the potential for a gamma squeeze, then we could see short squeeze continuing off of that, right? A short squeeze is unlikely to happen right now without actually seeing some additional price increase because shorts are not necessarily worried about, a 20% increase or what's now a 17% increase in the stock price, right? They get worried when they see the stock just doubled or tripled. So we're really going to have to watch out for other catalysts, right? Like the gamma squeeze or just additional momentum coming in from the Reddit community, from the Stocktwits community. Maybe we'll gain some additional traction on Google Trends. A lot of people might be searching for this thing on YouTube. That might popularize the stock. I'm doing my part, right? Posting a video about it, letting people know that this stock is currently, shooting up in price and that there is the potential for a short squeeze. I'm not actually suggesting that anyone buy the stock. I'm not recommending it. This isn't financial advice. I'm just letting you guys know about the opportunity that this stock presents. But something else that is interesting to note about this stock is that this stock is nowhere near its all-time highs, right? If you look just a year ago, we were about at $9.48, and since then we have fallen all the way down to 66 cents, which is where we ended up, bouncing off of, rallying way up. Now we're at $1.60. We're going to have to see what happens with this stock looking forward because there really is the potential to regain some of these prior levels, right? We have just been in a massive bear market for this stock over the past while. If you look back at the past 2 years, you can see that we were at 1592. Obviously, there's been a lot of dilution with this stock, but we are nowhere near, the all-time highs. And you can see that we actually are experiencing quite a bit of volume as compared to what we have been in the past. Now, obviously, we've been diluted, right? That was actually the reason why the stock ended up shooting down just a couple of days ago around here. When we were at above $2, we ended up shooting down to below $1.50 because of the direct stock offering that this company ended up announcing. So, there has been dilution. I'm not saying that we'll end up getting back to the previous highs that we have, and I'm not saying that we'll get back up to 948, but this stock still looks relatively cheap when you compare it to its past history. I think that means a lot to a lot of investors, right? Especially maybe the Reddit community, maybe the Stocktwits community, because that's a very easy thing to explain to people and an easy idea to wrap your head around. So it ends up being kind of important on those more forum and discussion board places where you can't really go as in-depth maybe as you could in a video, or we've talked about quite a bit in this video at this point. But this kind of thing, if you just tell people on the discussion forums to look at the past price history of the stock and extrapolate where do you think it could go, then there really is the potential that could influence a lot of people to buy the stock. So it is something to keep in mind, right? This stock does have some potential. It's not like this is just making all-time highs for the first time and there's no indication of, where has it been in the past and where could it go. There really is a lot of past price action history that people have to look at. And, we could even begin to form some support and resistance levels for this stock if you really want to get into the TA of it. But That's what I have for you guys on this stock today. That's all we're going to be talking about with Prog stock. So if you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Other than that, guys, have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.